Alright. So man, I'm ready to get right down to it. You feel me? Get down to the nitty gritty. Um, what's going on here? Man, you got my man Smokey Robinson, you know what I'm saying, caught up in this madness. You understand? Um, we seeing the pattern that's going on, right? We seeing some type of pattern going on to where, let's see something. Get it right here. We seeing some type of pattern that's going on to where. Should have put that over there. Let me fix my green screen. Sorry about that. Let the green screen look better like this here. What we working with, y'all? Yep. Look ghetto, but you know how it is. Gonna get it together. Alright, it look better right here. We're in the money. Alright, we're in the money, gang. Alright, so look. So we pretty much what we doing is you got every time you look up this becoming a problem, right? So you got these people, these three Caucasian, they saying they was Hispanic. They suing my man Smokey Robinson, right? Keep in mind, Smokey Robinson is 84 years old. He has a wife, right? I think she's part of the lawsuit also. So with that being said, they want $50 million from Smokey Robinson, and I'm told that Smokey Robinson has a net worth of maybe $150 million, right? And they was being paid minimum wage below average, right? Now, do I believe it? No. And even if it was true, so what? So here's what we know. Number one, you have a female who says she's been working for Smokey Robinson from 2000 and I believe 24 to now, that she's been sexually harassed and the work condition been unbearable to actually work at. So and I gave her an estimate of, even if she getting paid $1,500 a week, what will her actually gross be for the year? And I think I came up with a number of maybe 97 grand or something like that. Somewhere in that ballpark. It was less than 100 grand. So if let's just say he did assault you. They say rape. He 84 years old and he raped you. 84 years old, not 48, not 28, 84 years old. The man finna die in about maybe the next 3 to 4 years. According to Bible prophecy, after the age of 70, you should be gone off this earth. And if you live 80, that means you're in good health. He's 84. So he don't have that much more time to live, right? But she says that he's been sexually assaulting her. This man here, my man's, he's been sexually assaulting her for a year, and because she didn't want to lose her livelihood, her pension, the way she make money, then she just took it. Like, she can't get no other job. If you can't get another job, that tells me that you're out here illegally. Like, you can't get another job. If he paying you below minimum wage, you can't get another job. It make sense. Okay. Another thing that I'm also noticing is another one says she been working now, and from 2014 to 2024, Smokey Robinson been sexually harassing her or something like that, and he took something. He under the act. He took something, right? You also got another woman who says she's worked with Smokey Robinson from 2006. And in 2007, he took something. All right? He let me get that. And until 2024, which is about going on 20 years, she stayed there working, being, taken advantage of and being paid below minimum wage. And, I call it Jane Doe 1, 2, and 3. And none of these women made a police report, right? So I'm just going to give you a couple of scenarios here. Number one, if this is my theory, and this just ain't got nothing to do with Smokey, because we see this is happening at an alarming rate, It came with Zanya Williamson when the lady tried to destroy his career because he got somebody pregnant, right? Then we know they already got R. Kelly, right? And, with the Mann Act, right? We know they got Bill Cosby when he tried to buy CNN, right? CBS, I believe. We know they added Jay-Z to that, but, he was too big and too powerful, so they had to kind of get up off him, right? You got, they tried to destroy Jonathan Majors with something dealing with females. It was Charlamagne from the Breakfast Club. Remember, they saying he did something a long time ago, and then of course, we got Smokey Robinson now at 84 years old. Remember, they put that on Michael Jackson and said something. And remember, all this is dealing with sex. Sexual harassment outside Jonathan Majors, where they say he hurt his hand. I'm just speaking in general. You know what I mean? I know a few more people in there that I just don't quite off the top of my head. But what I'm telling you is that these, this is my thing, and I'm not saying that anybody, because I have, two daughters, a sister, whatever, and loved ones. But should nobody be raped, right? Sorry about it. Should nobody be taken advantage of, right? But number one, if something like that did occur, my thing to you is you should have 72 hours to report this, right? You shouldn't be able to come back 30 years later saying, hey, this guy did this. I done had 12 kids since then. I've been locked up. I'm kind of old. I'm kind of out of money. So, I need 50 million from bro. Bro did this. Like, come on. Like, make it make sense, man. It's become to the point to where you blatantly throwing it in our face saying, look, we can do this anytime we want to do. Anytime we want to, put a financial dent, in your pockets, we can do that at will, right? I think it should be 3 days, I think you should have a police report. I think it should be thoroughly investigated. I don't think that somebody should just say, hey, bro did this and bro did that, and then you just act on it. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, right? Because a lot of people been, in that situation, it can hurt you, financially, business-wise, And my thing, when you do stuff like that, I think that, especially if you're not genuine with it, I think it's giving the women too much power and they start abusing their power. It's just like when they came out and they was like, hold on. Give me 1 second. And I think, when, like back in the day, when women used to come out and they was like, he hit me, and just because a person said that a person hit him, that the men had to go to jail behind that. A lot of things happen behind false allegations, but it's just an attack. And remember, all these are black men that I named, all of them. You know what I mean? Johnny Depp, we got named and some stuff. He walked away from that easily. You know what I'm saying? Remember, they came back Chris Brown. Anybody that don't play ball, let me tell you how it go. Anybody that don't play ball with the powers that be, you know what I mean? they create a case and they reach out to certain people to, that's used to be in your circle and say, hey, this person did this or did that. And it's like, what? Like come on. Look, I've been listening to Smokey Robinson forever, right? You can't be a man of 85 years, right? In the spotlight, in the music business, and never had any altercations or accusations, dirt on your name. And then after 85 years, now stuff pop up. Like, come on, like you gotta make it make sense, bro. You have to make it make sense, right? So my thing is like, where there's smoke, there's fire. If Smokey did anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we know what R. Kelly in his background, we know that he had a lot of questionable things going up from when he did the video when he urinated on the girl, when the Aaliyah situation, she being young, when Jay-Z, when they went on the Best of Both Worlds tour, you know what I'm saying? We know, Tasha K came out and said that some women came forward saying some things. So okay, he got some dirt in his background. So you'll listen like, oh, let me see what what's going on with bro. With Smokey Robinson, there's never been anything that I heard. If you heard something, put it in the comments. I ain't never heard anything about this man. You know what I mean? Just like you never heard anything about Bill Cosby until he wanted to buy CBS. Now all of a sudden, he was at the Playboy Mansion. What's up with the Playboy Mansion? Y'all never went out Hugh Hefner. You know what I'm saying? We had all them young girls in there selling sex, doing drugs, the prostitution ring, living there. Nothing ever happened to him. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be clear on, so we can have an understanding. You know what I'm saying? Look at me when I talk to you. Pay attention. Look. They want that man wealth. They know he ain't got long to live. It's clear. I mean, he's 84 years old. He don't have that long to live, right? So, if they can, sue or whatever he's not playing ball with, they want to try to get him up out the way. Clearly, that's what they want to do. They want to get him up out the way, right? That's cool. You know what I'm talking about? That's cool. But, the truth is stranger than fishing. Something's going to come out and hit the fan, but what they'll do, they'll throw 1,000 charges on you. What RZA Islam say? Look at the Shannon Sharp. Like, that's crazy. We actually talk about the Shannon Sharp and the Diddy case, haven't even mentioned them. You understand? And that's current. Now we got 3 other black celebrities right now that's known and that's really, really known, because we know they did that with OJ. You know what I'm saying? As far as the murder case, after the murder case, they still came and try to, destroy his career. Like, hey, this one that got away. And they double back on him with silver suit. If they can't put you in jail, then they come back with a silver suit. You know what I mean? It's all propaganda, when you get in a certain when you get to a certain bracket and you start dealing with these people, and if you don't be the puppet and do what they want you to do, then they gonna get you up out the way. First financially, and then try to put you in jail, and if that don't work, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Let's measure your casket. I'm just speaking in general. You did? So, whatever's going on, they want to take. Still got this cold. Give me a second, Joe. And like I say, there was never nothing that was out there that indicated Smokey Robinson was this type of creep that y'all saying bro is. I ain't going like that, right? I know how y'all play. I know the whole thing, they try to do it with Sam Cooke, Muhammad Ali. They want him to throw fights. I mean, come on, man, just look at the history. But you got a lot of people out there like, man, see, they can throw anything out there. And You don't do your research, right? That's what people do. Y'all don't do y'all research. This is what y'all do. This. You look on the internet, you'll see something, and you'll go off of it. Like, okay, cool. This what it is, right? Do your research on things. You know what I mean? Christ said, let him while sin be the first to cast a stone. Everybody got things that they done. If that man did that, or if he didn't do that, that's his business. That ain't your business. Y'all want to hurry up and try to tell somebody down. That's what y'all do, right? I'm telling you, I don't care if he did it or not. I still like his music. That's something that he got to go with. It ain't everybody's business. That's that man's business. That man got a whole wife. You know what I'm saying? That's their business. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to worry about y'all business. Y'all be looking for clicks and views. It really ain't making no money. Trust me, this YouTube ain't no money in this. When I tell you, I do the YouTube, and that's why, like a lot of my videos, my misses that I've been uploaded, all of them copyrighted. I don't care. I'm not doing YouTube for the money. You know what I'm saying? Now, it'll be glad if I can, sit back and just talk to y'all and get paid. Yeah, who won't want that? But I got other sources coming in, you know what I mean, that bring me income. You know what I mean? So, and a lot of people, this is how they eat. So, anything that come across the table, oh man, it's good money, it's trending. They'll try to get on top of that, right? Not me, you know what I'm saying? So whatever's going on in the background, again, Smokey Robinson is not playing ball with whatever something they want to do. So the first thing they do is get some women, and they get more than one. Like, well, everybody can't be lying. It's the same trick every time. Like, come on, like you gotta, you ain't gonna get me with the banana in the tailpipe every time. You gonna have to, at some point, you gonna have to, come up with a new tactic, like something. Let's go. Like, you coming up with the same thing, and all of a sudden it's all these black African American men that's wealthy that all of a sudden, everybody not a crook. And I don't want to tell people to stop dealing with the other side, because there's a lot of good people out here. I got friends that's that's Caucasian and Edomites or whatever. But when you try to date one of these, when you try to date one of them, and hold on a second. When you try to date one of them, it's just that I'm trying to do something over here. Yeah, when you try to date one of them, it's things just become like, things become to where it's kind of unbearable, to kind of, see that you'll work your whole life, 70 years, 60 years. They just did it to Angie Stone. You know what I mean? Like, you'll work and they just take everything from you. You know what I'm saying? Under the Modern Day Slavery Act. You can't win when you dance, with the devil. You can't win, you know what I'm saying? You gotta play ball, or as Benny Siegel say, you gotta get down or lay down, right? Get down or lay down. They're gonna throw 30, 40 charges on you. They're gonna throw 30, 40 charges on you to be sure that when they do throw all these charges on you, something to stick. And they don't need but one to stick. They're gonna give you the max on that. They give you, well, you got 30 charges, you only got charged with 2 of them, so that's pretty good. Okay, how much time am I getting off that 2 that y'all fraudulently say that I'm being charged with? Yeah, well, you're looking at anywhere from 25 to 30 years. That's the whole game, man. They throw a whole bunch of charges and get some. They just keep coming up with charges with Diddy. The one thing about Diddy did a lot of dirt in his life, allegedly, right? And he's getting his karma. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, came up deceased under his watch. Not saying he had anything to do with it, but under his watch, You know what I'm saying? A lot of things came out concerning, you know, unnatural activities sexually under his watch with men that spoke with it, you know, and you know, a lot of that stuff's starting to get some light to it. So whatever he done, he's being judged right now. He's gonna pay the piper. You know, TDJ stepped down. He's supposed to be a man of God. You know what I mean? He's been judged. You know what I mean? And you know, you're not getting a judgment that God giving you eternity, but you're about to start the paperwork for your judgment. You know what I mean? And as you can see, you know, they're being too wicked. So you know, a lot of calamity is coming into their circle. So again, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe anything that these people say. The Bible say prove all things. You know, if they saying this man did this, and I come to find out that he did do this, that's that man's business. I don't care. I don't care. That's for him, his wife, and God, you know, to deal with, and maybe the law enforcement, you know what I'm saying? It's not for you, you know what I'm saying, to get on here and get your 2% or thinking that you know this and know that, because really, like a lot of y'all ain't really nothing but cloud chasers, bro. I'm just gonna keep it real. Y'all cloud chasers like to the third power. That's all y'all are cloud chasers. You know what I'm talking about? So, you know, a lot of this is designed to take down a lot of, you know, the rich and famous. You know, they came on Michael Jordan. Said he was dealing with some gambling. He was bigger than what they was trying to do to him. So they had to get up off for him. And Michael Jordan was real intelligent, right? They came towards Obama. Said he played poker and all this. You know what I'm saying? Try to stop him from being in presidency, right? They came against Kobe Bryant. Say he did something with old girl and he beat that. You know what I'm talking about? Listen, man, when they don't want something to happen, they went against Trump and he Edomite because they didn't want him in office, so they started saying he did this and did that, and they steady. You know what I'm saying? All this is a game. You know what I mean? It's somebody at top that's pushing the red button, and if you don't play ball with him, you know what I'm saying? What he gonna do is, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna create something. Don't matter what it is, he can create something. Like, well, yeah, you know, 60 years ago, this person said when they was 15, you did this. Well, how is this person now? Oh, well, you know, the person is 65, but it just started to bother them. So we need 75 million out you. Like, come on, man, really, bro? You might as well just up on me and just take it. Because that's what you're doing. Or call me a fool in my face saying you taking this. I feel better if you just say, look, I took this. I sleep better like that. You come in with some quackery that we know, you know, ain't true. It's the same story everywhere. Everywhere it's the same story. Everywhere. Like, it's to the point to where it's becoming unbearable. You know, every time you look up, it's this person did this person did that. Every time you look up, it's becoming unbearable, right? So my thing, you know, and what I say, man, is look, you know, because again, I like to, you know, keep these live short. What I'm gonna tell you, let that man have his damn court. You know, and it's crazy because you can just take somebody to court and say, I'm still on the state police for $10,000. You can just go to court and fill out paperwork and say, hey, you know, this person did this, I want this much money, and they gotta address that. No proof, no nothing. All that's gotta be dealt with in court. That's how crazy the system is. It ain't like, well, do you have any evidence? Do you have this and that? Like, you know, these people, 20 years went by, 15 years went by, a lot of time went by, you haven't made a police report, you steady going to work, you know what I mean, nobody else can verify your story. Then the crazy part about it, like, how you got 3 or 4 women that just decide to come out at the same time, probably with the same lawyer. Everybody got the same lawyer. It ain't like, well, she came out last year and she came out 5 years ago and she spoke about this 10 years ago. It's like, okay, well, it's a pattern here and it's like it's been spoken on, but it's just been swept under the ground. See, we know R. Kelly, he's been spoken about in the 90s and just got swept under the ground. Then it came back up in early 2000s and swept under the ground. So it's like, okay, he got a history of this. We knew who he was. You understand? Smokey, we never heard anything about. Never in life. Never. So what I'm saying is, like, if that's the situation, if that's the situation, why haven't we heard anything about it? We got 4 women, not one said anything. No police report, a friend, nobody can verify your story. You know what I'm saying? I don't really understand it. You know what I mean? So that's my whole thing about it. So like I said, I'm gonna land my plane now. You understand? But again, let that man have his day in court. That's all I can tell you. Let that man have his day in court. If he did what y'all say he did, you know what I'm saying? Let the system deal with him. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to convict that man. Again, we all got our own problems. We all got things that we did, and we all need to be judged for something we did that just not put out in the spotlight like that. You understand? So let that man have his day in court, man, and you know what I'm saying? We don't kind of fall back off, bro. Because see, the thing is, once something happens to our people, the first thing y'all want to do is y'all want to start pointing fingers and throwing stones against a person, and the man ain't had his damn court. And then I'm sure out of everybody that's even listened to this, it's always been something that's been you've been accused of that you knew you was innocent of, and just nobody didn't believe it. Everybody want to be the first to cast a stone, and never, even like with the Chinky thing, the transgender said that Chingy did something with him, destroyed his whole career, right? This 90s, right? And, I'm sure some of y'all know about it, some of y'all probably don't. But, Chingy, I like it how you do it right there. That's his little hit, right? Destroy his career, because back then in the 90s, you couldn't be a rapper and be associated dealing with another, male figure. You know what I mean? It just didn't look good for the rap scene. It's different now. But during that time that came out, that kind of destroyed Chinky's career, right? And I'm getting to it here. Would you hear me out? So then we double back, right? And the star? What's the thing name was some star, right? And came on Love and Hip Hop maybe 3-4 years ago, and now 10, 15 years later, they admitted, she admitted that it was all a lie. It was all a lie. Although his career destroyed, and you can't double back, and you can be sued for defamation, you know what I mean? Because really he can do that. But she admitted that he lied, but people still looking at Chingy like, because he was accused of that, you know what I'm saying? They still looking at him like, bro, you under the act. And that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, people y'all don't listen, and y'all don't do y'all research. Y'all just go with whatever a person say, which is not good. It's not good, man. So, with that being said, I'm already kind of land my plane here. I'll be back though. I'm back down. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be back down doing my little broadcasts or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all chime in. Y'all know the thing, man. Y'all like and subscribe. And you know what I mean? Hey, I'm back down, baby. You know what I'm saying? Summertime finna hit. Like I told y'all, I got a lot of stuff that's finna hit the fan. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of things outside. I'm gonna be doing a lot of filming. I'm gonna be doing a lot of uploading. I just did something with the Bass Flea Market. I want y'all to check that out. It's just a little walkthrough, a little crack week, just doing a little test runs. It's gonna be warm outside. I'm gonna have my store up. You know what I'm talking about? People gonna be coming through. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot of things that's happening in the summertime Chicago. I promise y'all that I'm gonna get that to y'all. So y'all subscribe, like to my channel. Y'all did that. You know what I'm saying? I'm monetized or whatever. So, the money ain't nothing. But I'm just saying, like, y'all got me to where I need to be. You understand? So, man, y'all check it out. I'm bringing y'all good content. I don't bring y'all no crackery. You know what I'm saying? I'm in and I'm out. But man, it's finna go up this summer. Y'all just check me out, you know what I'm saying? Y'all wanna see how we gonna get it cracking in Chicago, you know what I'm saying, like we do every year, you know what I'm saying? I got a good camera, you know what I'm saying? Good footage. Man, listen to me. Y'all rock it out with me, man. Subscribe to my channel if you know you like it, you understand? And again, if all the support that I get from y'all, I appreciate it. So I'm gonna get up out of here, man, and you know what I'm saying? Y'all get up with me. You know what I'm saying? Peace.